नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब, गुड इवनिंग। आप सबको आज का दिन बहुत बहुत मंगलमय हो। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डे ऑफ इंडिया, फाउंडेशन डे ऑफ मदर इंडिया केयर, वर्ल्ड रोड सेफ्टी ओथ डे marked by Mother India Care. And today, while celebrating the significant days, Mother India Care proudly starting national campaigns, namely Emergency to End Road Carnage and promoting self improvement and preventing traffic violation and transforming public awareness into preparedness. Greetings from Atamjit Kaur, the anchor of this special event. And before introducing our special guest, I would like to share the purpose of this special event. We are going to provide the basic tips about how to handle emergency situation. Post crash, people are not having the basic tips even, and they just stand at the accident site and watching the victim as mute spectators. They don't know how to help the victim. So, Mother India Care has taken up the task to train general member of the public as emergency first responder to extend help to victim during golden hours. We have invited medical professionals, psychologists across India. They will be giving tips to handle critical care during emergency situation. They will also provide information about their preparedness, about their services for post crash care, and also we have event partner Gold Wings Aviation. They will have a short cultural program, and we also have a special announcement about the highest award. In today's special guest list we have Miss Kiara Mittal, National Ambassador of Road Safety, Dr. Sarpreet Singh Gill, Mahavir Hospital, Amritsar, Dr. Rakesh Sharma, Voice of Amritsar founder from Amritsar, Dr. Anupma Gupta from Amritsar, Dr. Shalini Nalwad, founder and director, Air Ambulance Services, Bangalore, Dr. Rekha, head of Emergency Department, Sparsh Hospital, Bangalore, Dr. Jyotsana Singh, psychologist and chief scientist, Global Wisdom Research, CS Megha Sharma, director, Mother India Care, New Delhi, Miss Shalini Rao, social activist from Bangalore, Bharatnatyam dance by Ankita Murthy, Gold Aviation for 1 minute. So these all are our today's guest because we are celebrating so many days as I announced earlier Constitution Day of India, Foundation Day of Mother India Care, World Road Safety Oath Day. So we are celebrating now. I would like to invite our first guest, Kiara Mittal. So Kiara Mittal, welcome to here. And we are starting from our youngest anchor. She will give a very important message to all of you. Let's see what
Yes, ma'am.
wants to say Kiara Mittal. Welcome.
Greetings from Kiara Mittal, National Ambassador for Road Safety. I am glad to inform that today Mother India Care is commemorating its 8th Foundation Day and 73rd Indian Constitution Day. Mother India Care started its signature initiative Emergency, a national campaign transforming public awareness into preparedness. During this national campaign, key stakeholders' preparedness details will be sought. on a regular basis for the purpose of public awareness and use. The objective of the national campaign is to achieve 360-degree reversal road accident deaths in India by 2030 in support of UN SDGs Agenda 2030. Every 4 minutes, one person dies in a road accident, and the families of the victims are mourning and suffering. Hence, emergency, the national campaign to end this daily road carnage. I request all road users to be a part of emergency, a national campaign. Take action as per your capacity and be prepared to handle this human induced disaster. Be a part of the solution, not a problem. Thank you. Ma'am, you are on mute.
Thank you so much, Kiara Mittal. Next, I would like to invite our next guest, Dr. Rekha. Welcome to our.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Rekha, emergency lead at Sparsh Hospital. It's a pleasure being here to share my information to all of you so that we are all prepared for how to manage with road traffic accidents and its emergencies. Here comes the leading cause of death in India at this moment is still trauma secondary to road traffic accidents. So being aware of prevention is more important. Coming back to prevention, as government has implemented helmets, seat belts are one of the preventions with high speed breakers to not to violate the traffic. Then comes preparedness in case of emergencies in road traffic accidents, how to manage. It is very important for every citizen to know how to handle an emergency related to trauma on roads. So, as a part of it, I would like to inform you it is always the safety of the person who wants to protect others comes first. So, protect yourself, make sure you are in a safe area before you attempt to help any others. Secondly, look for what is the major reasons for the accident. How safe are you? How safe is the victim at the location? If the person is unresponsive, move them to a located area which is safe at the earliest possible. If there are any penetrating injuries, like any sharp objects which are going through the body of the victim, do not move them if they are conscious and obeying your commands. Wait for the emergency help. So as soon as you witness any road traffic accidents which are dangerous to review at, please call the emergency medical services that can be activated at the nearest. In India, as we all are aware, 108 is the national ambulance services which are available. In case if there's any nearby hospitals that you are aware of that can respond to you quicker with the equipped ambulances and then equipped emergency trained people accompanying, you can also activate that. So coming back to how do you manage when you see an accident case. So when you witness any accidents, approach them making sure you are safe, scene is safe for them as well. Go to them, try talking to them. If they are responding, they are moving, and you don't witness any obvious broken arms or broken legs, you can safely move them with the help of one or two attendants to a safe area. Wait for an ambulance or a medical services to come into picture. If there are any fractures, especially of the upper limbs, we are talking about the hands or the legs, then make sure a splinting is important. When we tell splinting, it is not about a medical splint that we are talking about. Any stick kind of an object that can hold the two pieces in line, not letting them move, is what it is. So any object that is nearby available, which is hygienically clean, is what we are looking at if possible. to tie those parts so that the part which is being broken is not moving much, and then move them safely to a safe area. So this comes when the person is conscious, obeying what you're talking, making sense to what they are replying. The other way is the victim being unresponsive, not responding at all. Then comes something called as basic life support. That's any person who can give a life supportive measures to gain the time of a victim's resuscitation. Here, the person is unresponsive no matter how much stimulant you are giving them in terms of tapping them, calling their names loudly, or asking for their response. If they don't respond, we check if they have a pulse. If the heart is still beating, that is by checking at the pulse in your neck. So there is a groove post your midline. In that groove, when you check using the tip of your fingers, you can feel your pulse beating. If that pulse is absent or the person is not breathing, quickly move them to a safe area and start CPR. This is chest compressions and breathing to try to reinitiate the heart which is being stopped. So having said that, if there is pulse but the person is still not responding, just move them as safe as possible, not to move too many parts, especially the neck area to prevent any spine injuries. So any trauma cases when the person is in the vehicle stuck, it would be very challenging to move them. Please make sure before moving, the neck part of it is safe, not moving much. And next comes any penetrating injuries, any kind of sharp objects which are pricking into the body parts. Do not intervene if it is not mobile. Only if it is movable, move along with the object or leave as it is, wait for an emergency services to come into picture. So going back to basic life support in patient, in the person who is not breathing or not having a pulse comes, put them into a flat ground, which is relatively harder background, so that in between the breast line, at the center, in the midline, using your hands, you're going to pump the heart mechanically. So this is how you're going to hold it. Your right hand at the location what I have told, in the center of the chest between the breast lines, and your left hand to interlock the fingers. Make your elbow straight so that you don't flex it anywhere. Keep the location as I said you and start pressing the heart. Mechanically from outside is what I mean. So you keep pressing it at a rate of 120 or more than 100 beats per minute. So that's more than 100 compressions per minute. So 30 compressions followed by oxygen breaths. Now, this breaths, when it comes to uncommon people, it might be difficult as with the scenarios of COVID and other infected diseases being around. So chest compressions only CPR is still effective. So keep giving chest compressions at the rate of 100 per minute and check the response once in 2 minutes. So checking responses in terms of rechecking the pulse, the neck pulse that I was talking about, and also looking for if there's any response from the person. This continues as long as the patient regains the pulse, the heart starts breathing, versus if there is any other medical services which are available. Once the medical services are available in picture, they do continue the same. So the importance of knowing BLS in cases where people are unresponsibly collapsed in front of or witnessed to collapse is very important for the reason these victims have to be resuscitated at the earliest possible. The survival rate of these victims is higher when on-site CPR has been started at the earliest possible than moving them to the hospital or the equip centers to start off. So the earliest, the better the outcome, the better the survival rate. So as I said you, this is in terms of person or a victim who is unresponsive, not having a pulse, and not breathing on their own. So once the person has spontaneous breathing or a spontaneous heartbeat, You can pick up the pulse in the neck and then wait for the emergency services to come into picture. I mean, telling the ambulance services so that they can move the person and look into the other reasons what led to it. What are the other injuries which has caused for it? The third scenario, you see open wounds bleeding a lot. What to be done until the medical services come into picture? Try to compress them with a clean cloth, not too tight that the lower part of any tight part is not having any circulate blood supply. So compress as much as to control the bleeding and wait. Wait such that you don't move that part of the body which is bleeding. At the same time, give an adequate compression and wait, not to recheck it once in a while. So cover it properly with a clean cloth with a proper compression and make sure the distal part, for instance, if the hand which is being broken and you are having a bleeding at this location, you are tying a cloth with a clean cloth. At the same time, you are making sure the distal part of the hand, the pinkish color is retained as much as possible so that the compression is not too tight that it compromises on the blood supply to the distal part or not too loose that it continues to be bleeding. So prevent as much bleeding loss as possible by applying the compression bandages in terms of any clean cloth that can hold at the point of bleeding. So one is about fractures, which is in terms of splinting, the bleeding areas in terms of compression bandages. Third was your penetrating injuries or any sharp object injuries. Those to not be removed at the site, no matter what kind of object it is or where it is stuck. So preferably not to intervene when there is a sharp object being stuck. Fourth, any unresponsive patient victims to move them to a safe area and start giving CPR at the earliest possible. Fifth, in terms of two-wheeler accidents where the victim has an helmet being closed, do not attempt to remove unless you are aware of how to remove it. There are special techniques of removal for a helmet for the reason the helmet removal causes movement of the neck spine. The spinal cord or the backbone that supports the neck area is very important to maintain the movements of your legs and the lower part of your body, legs, hands, and the lower part of your body. So, even with the mildest impact, if they are injured, and an attempt to remove the helmet in a very crude way can result in the further damage to the neck spine, resulting in paralysis lower part. I mean, telling lower part is both legs and both the hands. So the body remains paralyzed completely if it is significant damage. So preferably know how, if you are trained enough or you are knowing how to remove the helmet, then to attempt. Otherwise, preferably to retain the helmet as it is. Just open the face mirror or a glass so that they can breathe comfortably with their conscious. However, in all these scenarios, if the victim is unresponsive and there is no central pulse, the basic life support chest compressions is the only attempt that can help victim to regain the life or the survival rate can be better. So please know basic life support, how to be given, when to be given, how the technique of giving is equally important to have a better survival rate. So, if possible, to know the right training techniques, every individual can have it so that the success rate of resuscitations are better. Other injuries are this common questions of giving water to the person whoever meets with an accident immediate, whether to give or not. One can give them water when they are conscious, alert, and they can swallow rightly, is what we are looking at. If the person is semi conscious or not obeying your commands very clearly, preferably to avoid giving any kind of liquids to them. The reason is very simple. Person who is unresponsive or nearly responsive drowsy, they will not have a proper swallowing capacity, in which case the water which is being fed to them can enter into your lung pipe, resulting in something called as aspiration, that is uh, causing respiratory problems and infections, sometimes leading to even a cardiac arrest. So preferably to avoid water intakes in patients who are not responsive in the total census. The other measures that can be taken would be locating a nearby hospital at the possible and informing the nearest centers before transporting the victim so that the receiving hospitals are equally prepared. So this is one thing that can help to have a better, faster, quick responses for the resuscitations and managements as well. Head injuries are one other thing where the person can be still talking or days looked, or they can have convulsions, some or fits, what we call in common terms. So any person with fits do not attempt to do anything aggressive at the time of seizures or the convulsions. The seizures would last usually for 1 to 2 minutes, in which case wait for that 1 to 2 minutes and then position them sideways if required, if they are not conscious, to maintain that they don't aspirate the salivation or the food contents what is present in their oral cavity. So otherwise, do not attempt giving any rods, keychains, and things to control the seizures. This can harm you and the victim equally. So road traffic accidents is, as you are here, it's not just the awareness, it's also the preparedness to be safe yourself and to safeguard the people whom you come across. Hope this information was useful. So I would still highlight in to get your basic life support and minimal training sessions for helmet removal and transporting the victims. There's log roll technique. These are basic things to know. Any common person can know it to implement it rightly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rekha, for your valuable tips. Definitely, it will work and really important for us. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Shalini Nalwad. Dr. Shalini Nalwad. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hi. Hi, good evening, everyone. Without much taking up the time and this one, like because I'm on like a flight to Bangalore from Mumbai, so probably I'll take off in next another 10 minutes. So I'll just begin off thanking Rajinder for inviting me for this fantastic Foundation Day, and also congratulations to all of you who are who are part of this. So I had an aero medical company, or air ambulance company called ICAT. Critical care air transfer team. I'm a trained anaesthetist and a critical care specialist from the UK. We started air ambulance services in India almost 5 years ago. So we have been working very closely with national highways and the state governments to start this free helicopter emergency medical services for India. And we have come up, like we were also kind of we have been at the inception state of the car document and the civil aviation required document from the DGCA from 2015-16 itself. So, I mean, if any accident happens on the road, like when we witness an accident, at least 10% of these people just walk away without any injuries. And another 20%, there's nothing anybody could do with the impact of the injury, that probably kind of they will sometimes they have to die. There is a death on Indian road, as we all know, one every 4 minutes, and probably one of the highest in the world. So if you look at it, like these deaths, at least 40% of these deaths could be easily prevented if there is a timely intervention by the specialist team, and also timely transport back to the tertiary care centers. What happens in India, like kind of what should be golden hour in the Western world, things are going at the platinum hour now, where the blood and the emergency medications are shot through drones to the accident sites. Here in India, we're still struggling with transporting the patients, intervening and preventing the primary injuries becoming the secondary injuries. Normally, when an accident happens, people do not die of the primary injury. Normally, they die of the secondary injury. And I think that's a detailed conversation which I'm not going to get into. So, whenever the Brasilia
Yes, Dr. Shalini Nalwat. Dr. Shalini Nalwat. Hello, Dr. Shalini Nalwat, can you hear me? I think there is some connectivity problem with Dr. Shalini. So, definitely we will continue with her later. Now, I would like to invite my next guest, Dr. Anupama Gupta. Please welcome ma'am, Dr. Anupama Gupta. You are on mute. Please kindly unmute.
Okay. Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Anupma, and I just want to introduce me to yourself. I'm an accident victim, and I lost my both leg when I was trying to evacuate a victim from his vehicle. Because at that time, I think 3 years ago, when I was traveling to my workplace, I saw a roadside head-on collision, and I want to evacuate that victim from his vehicle. But as Dr. Rekha says, first try to save yourself, then the other. But I just missed that point, and I just go and try to evacuate that victim, and I was just crushed by a bus. So by my experience, I want to say, first save yourself, always drive mindfully, and always note the number of that vehicle who caused the accident, and that will help you uh, very much in the later terms. And as she said, that always call a ambulance. But I think, don't wait for ambulance, first call the ambulance, don't wait for ambulance, and never stand there as a mute spectator. Always come forward, help the one to take to the nearest hospital as soon as possible, because during the accident, time is very important. Every second is very important. I survived just because I got the timely help. Otherwise, there is no chance of survival of me. So that time is very, very important. Don't waste time, just help others to take that victim to the nearby hospital. And I just want to share my experience. When I was on the road, and my colleague who was with me, he tried to take me to hospital, no one is helping me, and they are just making a video clip. And that was very insulting for a very humiliating for that accident victim and me, because they don't help me. And he was asking again and again, please help me to, because one man can't put the another person. So always try to help other. And second thing, the accident which was happened because the one vehicle which comes from the wrong side. So never violate the traffic rules. We used to violate the traffic rules just to save 1 or 2 minutes, but these 1 and 2 minutes can destroy one's life. So that time, the most important thing is time. Don't waste time. Always note the number of that vehicle who caused the accident, and try to reach nearby hospital as soon as possible. And the one thing I just want to highlight, because I am on the national highway, and on highways there is a divider, and the people, they used to damage the divider to save few minutes for their travel time. So I think this is a responsibility of National Highway Authority of India, who put lots of toll plaza in the national highway to check all these things, because on the highway there is no traffic police, so they should take care of these dividers, and so they can curb this wrong, you can say, wrong traffic practices. So just I just want to say ki the action should be prompt as soon as possible. Thank you. I just want to convey my feeling.
Right. Uh, Perfectly said by Dr. Anupama Gupta. So definitely we have to follow the our traffic rules, which is our for safety, for our family safety. So please follow the rules. I request to all of you. Our viewers can ask the questions from our guest. So this is our live program. So viewers can comment in the comment section and ask their questions from our special guest. So next. I would like to invite our little master who is studying in fourth class. One video message by Master Kamal Sayed. So I'm going to play his video message with my computer screen. So
Namaste India! My name is Kamal Said from Bengaluru and I'm studying in St. Joseph's Boys High School. Today I'm going to talk about road safety. You patiently wait until 9 months to be born into this world. You wait until 2 years to start walking. You wait until 3 years to attend school. You wait until 16 years to attend college. You wait until 21 years to start working. You wait until 25 years to get married. But during a daily commute, don't you want to wait for just 10 seconds? This 10 seconds rush can change your destination to the hospital or to another world. And if your destination is changed to the hospital, do you know what happens to your family members? If family members borrow money from relatives or friends or seek donations for your medical treatment, and finally the doctor says, sorry, we are unable to save the patient during the course of the medical treatment. As you rush for 10 seconds, your world is being changed from this world to another, and you're changing the world of your family too, and pushing them under poverty and under a heavy loan burden. Couldn't you wait for just 10 seconds for the safety of your family and 10 seconds so that you don't have to push them into poverty? So I request all the road users out there to start early, drive slowly, and reach safely. Thank you. Jai Hind!
Jai Hind.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very well done. Very well done. Very well done, Kamal
Thank
Sayed.
you. Thank you, ma'am.
जी हमारे बीच में हमारे गेस्ट एंटर भी हो रहे हैं। डॉक्टर सरप्रीत गिल जी हमारे यहाँ पहुँच चुके हैं। बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका डॉक्टर सरप्रीत गिल जी। और अब कमल सैयद जी के बाद एक्चुअली यहाँ पे हमारे पास कुछ कमेंट्स भी आ चुके हैं डॉक्टर सुरेंद्र जी सिंह विरदी जी की तरफ से, जिन्होंने कहा है नाइस, वेल सेड, थैंक यू सो मच सर फॉर योर अप्रिसिएशन। So I would like to invite our next culture item, I think so, that is Kathak dance. So be ready. Kathak dance by Bharatnatyam dance by Ankita Murthy, गोल्ड एविएशन टीम की तरफ से कथक डांस। इमरान सैयद जी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि वो प्लीज अपनी स्क्रीन शेयर करें हमारे साथ। अंकिता मूर्ति, आई थिंक अंकिता मूर्ति जी हमारे यहाँ पहुंच चुकी हैं, तो बहुत बहुत स्वागत है अंकिता मूर्ति जी। अंकिता मूर्ति जी नमस्कार। नमस्कार जी अंकिता मूर्ति जी, आप भरतनाट्यम डांस प्रेजेंट करने जा रही है, प्लीज स्टार्ट। आपको कुछ टाइम चाहिए?
No, no, no.
यू नीड
Yeah.
प्लीज प्लीज।
Yeah.
गोल्ड विंग्स एविएशन की टीम की
Look at the sky. Look at the sky.
अंकिता मूर्ति जी, आर यू रेडी?
Yes, ma'am. 1 second. 1 second.
Look at the sky.
It's done, ma'am. It's not playing.
Play. Disconnected. Connected. Okay. Very soft. Please give it a sound.
प्लीज अंकिता जी।
It is downloading.
Yes, ma'am. Just 2 minutes, please. Just 2 minutes.
Look at the sky.
Start, right?
ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ಪಾಲಿಸು ಈ ಬಾಳನು ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿಸು ಹೇ ಶಾರದೆ ದಯ ಪಾಲಿಸು ಈ ಬಾಳನು ಬೆಳಕಾಗಿಸು ನಾಳೆಗಳ ದಾರಿಯಲಿ ನಂಬಿಕೆಯ ನೆಲೆಯಾಗಿರಿಸು ಮುನ್ನಡೆಸು ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿದು ನಾವಾಡೋ ಪದ ಪದದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಂಚರಿಸು ನೀ ಮೆಟ್ಟುವ ನೆಲಾದಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ನೀರಿರುವ ಮನೆ ಸತ್ಯಾಗಿ ನೀ ಮುಟ್ಟುವ ಮರ ಶ್ರೀಗಂಧದ ಮರ ನೀ ಕುಡಿಯುವ ನೀ ಕಾವೇರಿ ಕನ್ನಡವಾಗಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಗೋವಿಂದ ಕರು ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಹೃದಯ ಶಿವ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಹೃದಯ ಶಿವ
Thank you so much. Thank you, Gold Wings Aviation, for wonderful performance. Thank you so much. Ankita Murthy, you done very well. Very well. Now, I'm feeling proud to announce a very, very special award. I'm very blessed to announce about the biggest award being conferred to Sardar Jaswant Singh Gill ji. Vatan ka Heera Award goes to Sardar Jaswant Singh Gill ji, and his son Dr. Sarprit Singh Gill is presenting here with us. This award goes to Sardar Jaswant Singh Gill ji. Now we have Dr. Sarprit Singh Gill ji from Amritsar Mahavir Hospital. I would like to invite you. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you.
Don't unplug the classroom missing, Aaron.
Please give us some few tips so that we can follow the rules and save our lives by traffic accidents. What do you want to say about traffic accidents and emergency cases when they are coming to you, and definitely so much bleeding blood gone from their bodies? What do you want to say, and how would you suggest them? How can we help them?
See, the first thing is, given the present scenario, it is most prudent to look after yourself by yourself. Don't expect someone to see you and brake, and someone to see you and turn left, turn right, and try to avoid you, because people are in a mad rush. That is the first thing. And secondly, people are not really, they don't care for human life anymore. So first, be very careful the way you are, how you are driving, how you are riding, where you are, whether there's a car behind you, whether there's a car right in front of you. So this is for traffic rules. As far as traffic rules are concerned, we have all the traffic rules in India, and we have the best traffic rules in India, but they're just not being followed by the citizens. And that enforcement is lacking. That enforcement, once it comes into play, will bring down a lot of things, including accidents, including fatalities, to a very small level. And yes, there is a thing called golden hour, which we always said and always propagated, that any accident in which there is a lot of bleeding, there is a head injury or anything, if the patient reaches a competent authority or a doctor within 1 hour, there is a chance of survival which is almost 70-80% more than what it would be if the patient arrives a little late. And see, there's hardly anything we can personally, we can only educate people, which we do. People who come to our hospitals, we hold seminars, we hold conferences, we have meetings with the traffic police of our city, of our rural areas, and they educate people, we educate people. But then there, at the end of the day, it is for someone to really understand. And with the type of new infrastructure that India is now getting, the 4-lane highways and the 6-lane highways and the 8-lane highways, so now accidents will be more and more fatal. The number of injuries will be much less, but the number of fatalities will increase drastically because of the speed. So there are so many things, like the thing of 6 airbags being made compulsory. That we India, we I don't know why we uh, react like a knee-jerk reaction to small things. We don't do things in advance. We don't plan things. Someone dies, Mr. Cyrus dies, so we need 6 airbags. Tomorrow, if someone else dies, so we'll need automatic braking systems. That is not right. We have to have our priorities in order. And beyond that, yes, we are always trying our best to educate society, and try our best to minimize the number of accidents and fatalities that we are seeing on a daily basis.
Yes, sir. Actually, हमें आपसे कुछ और भी जानना है, तो प्लीज़ हम यहाँ पे चाहते हैं कि प्लीज़ टेल अस brief about the Dr. Jaswant Singh Gill ji, about the incident that your father helped 65 coal miners, how he helped these people.
See, this is an accident which took place in West Bengal, where there is a lot of mining, coal mining, and my father was a senior officer in Coal India Limited. At that time, he was posted in Eastern Coalfields, which is a subsidiary of Coal India Limited. While going to his office one morning on the 13th of December 1989, he noticed that there was a small rush on the main road, and the hooter of the mines rescue station van was being heard in between, but could not move because of the jam. So he asked his driver to go and find out what happened, and his driver came back and told him कि भाई सर जी महावीर एक्सीडेंट हुआ है बहुत बड़ा, तो इसलिए वो वैन वहां जा रही है, तो क्या करें. So my father got off. He spoke to a few of the truck drivers who were mostly Punjabis at that time, 1989. उनको थोड़ा उनके ट्रक्स आगे पीछे करवाए, थोड़े गाड़ियां लेफ्ट राइट कराई, सो दैट द एटलीस्ट द रेस्क्यू वैन कुड गो थ्रू. जब जैसे रेस्क्यू वैन बीच से निकली, तो somehow उनके मन में पता नहीं क्या है, उन्होंने his office was 50 kilometers away, but he had told his driver कि चलो इसके पीछे चलो, देखते हैं वहां पे क्या हुआ है. So once they reached the site of the accident, being a very senior officer, being a rescue trained personnel, and very, very good at his administration and his job, he could immediately make out that a major accident had taken place. And थोड़ी देर बाद पता चला कि जी सुबह की शिफ्ट में 200 और कुछ लोग 4 बजे नीचे शिफ्ट में गए थे काम करने, एंड उनसे क्या हुआ कि गलती से दे टच सम पिलर, जिसमें मार्किंग थी कि इस पिलर को टच नहीं करना है, क्योंकि अगर ये पिलर टूट जाएगा तो इसके ऊपर एक सीम है। ये जो काम कर रहे थे, दे वर वर्किंग एट अ डेप्थ ऑफ 330 फीट। जो ऊपर वाला ऑलरेडी जो कोल निकाल चुके थे, दैट वाज एट अ डेप्थ ऑफ 110 फीट। तो ये पिलर जो था, ये थ्रू एंड थ्रू वो 110 फीट के थ्रू पूरा सरफेस तक था, और उसको मार्क भी किया हुआ था कि यहाँ पे कुछ भी ब्लास्टिंग या कुछ नहीं होनी चाहिए, बट ड्यू टू ह्यूमन एरर ब्लास्ट हो गया वहां पे, and immediately that pillar blasted, it fell down, and millions of liters of water, which was on the upper seam at 110 feet, rushed down into the 330 feet. तो उसमें अफरा तफरी में इनके दोनों दो बड़ी बड़ी लिफ्ट्स थी, जिसमें जितने लोग भाग सके, जितने लेबर भाग सके वो भागे, वो लिफ्टों में चढ़े, अफरा तफरी हुई, और उसमें से सब निकल गए, लेकिन 71 जो थे वो नीचे रह गए। और जब तक पहली बार लेबर ऊपर गई, उसके बाद लिफ्ट्स कुड नॉट कम डाउन, बिकॉज दोनों लिफ्ट शाफ्ट्स में 40 फीट तक पानी खड़ा हो गया था। So 71 persons were trapped. My father, who was there, and of course there were many other senior officers also were there, and they did not know, because last में उनको एक intercom message आया था, हम हैं, and that was the last message they got on the intercom. तो हम हैं can be 1, हम हैं can be 71, because उनको पता था कि 71 लोग नीचे हैं। So they planned कि अब इसमें जो जो भी है उसको हमको निकालना है, तो कैसे निकालना है। तो उसमें 4 टीम्स बनी। एक को बोला कि आप इंक्लाइन कट करिए, इंक्लाइन कटिंग वुड हैव टेकन 6 months। दूसरे को बोला जिस से पानी नीचे गया है, जहां जहां पिलर टूटा था और वहां से पानी नीचे गया है, आप उससे ही नीचे जाने की कोशिश करिए, बट वहां पे स्पीड ऑफ वाटर वाज सो हाई और उसमें इतने बड़े बड़े पत्थर गिर रहे थे कि उसके अंदर जाना बिल्कुल इम्पॉसिबल था। उसके बाद एक टीम थी जिसको बोला गया कि आप लोग कोशिश करिए कि कोई और इसमें पंपिंग करिए, वाटर पंप, पानी निकाल लीजिए पूरे का पूरा, पंप्स डाल दीजिए, जितने मैक्सिमम पंप्स लग सकते हैं, सबमर्सिबल पंप्स लगते हैं, पानी को खींचिए। सो दैट वाज आल्सो डन, बट उसमें भी आफ्टर 5 to 6 hours इट वाज सीन दैट वाटर लेवल इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग डाउन हैड रिजन बाय 3 to 4 feet। तो इसका मतलब है कि पास में जो एक रिवर थी वो भी उसमें सीप कर रही थी, और पानी इंस्टेड ऑफ कम होने की बजाय वो कम ज्यादा हो रहा था। तो इसमें एक मेरे फादर को एक आइडिया था विच वाज नेवर ट्राइड, कभी दुनिया में ट्राई नहीं हुआ था। थियोरेटिकली कहीं पे किसी एक बुक में था कि एक कैप्सूल बनाया जाए। कैप्सूल मीन जैसे खाने वाला कैप्सूल होता है, वैसा एक बड़ा लोहे का कैप्सूल अराउंड 2.5 मीटर का, उसकी डायमीटर इतना हो कि उसके अंदर एक आदमी खड़ा हो सके, एक बोर किया जाए अप टू 330 फीट, और उसके थ्रू उस कैप्सूल से एक आदमी नीचे जाए, और फिर वो लोग जो नीचे फंसे हुए हैं वो फिर बाहर निकाले जाए एक एक करके। तो ये क्योंकि कभी ट्राई नहीं हुआ, तो वहां पे काफी सीनियर ऑफिसर्स ने तो पहले तो बोल दिया कि ये तो होगा नहीं, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, हम 22 इंच का बोर कैसे करेंगे, इंडिया में तो 8 इंच से बड़ा बोर नहीं होता, इससे बड़े हमारे पास बिट्स नहीं है। और भी बहुत सारे उसमें आ गए कि क्या कैसे बचाओगे, वो कैसे बनाओगे तुम। तो ही सेड कि देखिए, आई एम नॉट इंटरफेयरिंग विद एनी वन ऑफ यू, आप अपना काम करो, मुझे अपना करने दो, आई विल ट्राई माय बेस्ट। तो दैट वाज दैट। उसके बाद जी उन्होंने वहां पे पास में एक फैक्ट्री है, उसमें काफी अच्छा काम होता है, तो वहां से उन्होंने ड्राइंग्स बनवाई, और ड्राइंग्स बनवा के उन्होंने एक कैप्सूल का आइडिया दिया कि इस टाइप का एक कैप्सूल हमें चाहिए। एंड इन द मीन टाइम उन्होंने एक बोरहोल बनवाना शुरू किया। पहले एक 2 इंच का बनवाया, जिससे वो कनेक्ट होके पता चल गया कि ये लोग यहाँ फंसे हुए हैं, और उनको फिर उन्होंने उस 2 इंच के थ्रू पानी, थोड़ा खाना, थोड़ी बहुत लाइट रिफ्रेशमेंट उनको भेजी, और फिर वो उन्होंने बड़े बड़े जो ड्रिल्स थे वो उन्होंने हायर किए। तो अब ड्रिलिंग में ये सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम थी कि 8 इंच से बड़ा बिट मिलता नहीं था, तो कैसे करें। तो पहले उन्होंने 8 इंच का बोर किया, फिर उन्होंने 8 इंच के जो बिट्स थे उसके ऊपर और बिट्स तोड़ के वेल्ड करके उसको थोड़ा बड़ा करके उन्होंने 14 इंचेस किया। उसके ऊपर फिर एक बार वेल्डिंग करके उसको 18 किया, फिर उसके नीचे एक प्लेट वेल्ड की, प्लेट वेल्ड करके उसको 22 इंचेस किया। फाइनली ये सब होते होते कैप्सूल बनते, बोरहोल रेडी होते, 13 तारीख की सुबह से ये 15 तारीख की रात के 12 साढ़े 12 बज गए, यानी कि 16 तारीख आ गई। अब 16 तारीख को इन्होंने क्या किया था कि भाई जब रेडी हो जाएगा तो रेस्क्यू के 2 लोगों के इन्होंने रेडी किया था कि आप में से आप 2 नीचे जाओगे और आप उनको लोगों को निकालोगे। तो जब 12:31 सब रेडी हो गया तो इट वाज कि उनको आवाज दी गई एंड दे वर नोवेयर, दे हैड डिसअपियर्ड बिकॉज इट वाज सर्टेन डेथ, 100% डेथ थी उस टाइम पे। उसमें देयर वाज ऑलमोस्ट नो चांस ऑफ सर्वाइवल। ये आइडिया कभी ट्राई नहीं हुआ था। अर्थ केव इन कर रही थी, हवा कम हो रही थी, पानी बढ़ रहा था। So my father walked up to the chairman and he said कि see this is my idea, so I am going, मैं खुद जाऊंगा नीचे। Again he volunteered। तो चेयरमैन वाज वेरी एकदम घबरा गया कि नहीं 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 यार, इतना सीनियर ऑफिसर, सर यू आर जनरल मैनेजर, इफ समथिंग हैपेंस टू यू तो हमारा तो पूरा मतलब कि सिस्टम हिल जाएगा, वी विल ऑल बी डिसमिस्ड, विल बी सस्पेंडेड, ये वो। ही सेड डोंट वरी चेयरमैन साहब, मैं जा रहा हूँ एंड फॉर योर happiness I will say कि tomorrow morning I'll come up and have a cup of tea with you. So that was a मतलब कि just to keep his spirits high, to keep other spirits high, and then at 2:35 in the night वो उस कैप्सूल में पहले पर्सन थे जो नीचे गए। अब वो नीचे गए क्योंकि कैप्सूल ट्राइपॉड पे लगा था, ट्राइपॉड पे एक पुली लगी थी, पुली से एक नया बिल्कुल ब्रांड न्यू स्टील रोप से उसको लटकाया हुआ था। तो ब्रांड न्यू स्टील रोप जो होती है उसमें टॉर्क होता है, दैट मींस उसमें रोटेशनल एनर्जी बहुत ज्यादा होती है। तो जब वो 10 फुट नीचे गया, 12 फुट नीचे गया, 15 फुट नीचे गया, तो वो कैप्सूल घूमने लग गया, बिकॉज टॉर्क रिलीज होने लगी और कैप्सूल घूमने लग गया। अब आप सोचो कि एक इंसान है, उसको एक पाइप में एक आपने कैप्सूल में खड़ा किया हुआ है, वो कैप्सूल एक 22 इंच के बोरवेल में है, ना कुछ दिख रहा है ना कुछ है, आपके आगे कुछ नहीं, आपके पीछे कुछ नहीं, एंड दैट स्टार्ट्स रोटेटिंग। तो for I think what he used to tell us कि for a few seconds my spine literally froze कि मैं what is happening, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा। and then maybe he even said कि should I go back, but नहीं, that was when he said नहीं, अब मैं चला गया तो ये 65 के 65 आदमी मर गए थे, क्योंकि तब तक पता चल गया था कि 5-6 आदमी उनमें से ड्राउन हो चुके थे and 65 were still alive. So then being the type of person he was, the mental strength he had, उन्होंने अपनी वो स्ट्रेंथ को गैदर करके एक मेंटली अपना फोकस बनाया एंड आस्ता 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 वो 330 फीट पे पहुंच गए। उन्होंने खोला कैप्सूल का दरवाजा, पास में उनको जो पहला आदमी मिला उसको बुलाया, हाथ पकड़ा, उसको कैप्सूल में उसको डाला, बाहर से शट किया एंड उनके पास हैमर थी, उससे उन्होंने सिग्नल दिया कि इसको आप लिफ्ट कर लो। फर्स्ट आदमी लिफ्ट हुआ तो उस टाइम पे बिकॉज इट वाज अ मैनुअल विंच, हाथ से चल रही थी उस टाइम, तो उसको ऊपर जाने में 20 मिनट लगे और वापस आने में भी ऑलमोस्ट 15-20 मिनट्स लग रहे थे खाली कैप्सूल को। तो 30 मिनट्स का टाइम मिला। 30 मिनट्स में उन्होंने पहले तो ये पूछा कि भाई तुम लोग ये बताओ, तुम में से किसी को चोट लगी है, तुम में से किसी को बुखार हुआ है, क्योंकि 6 लोग ऑलरेडी डूब गए थे, तो इट वाज वेरी ऑब्वियस कि चोटें भी लगी होंगी, कोई हो सकता है 3 दिन से बुखार भी हो। तो उनमें से 7-8 आदमी थे, उनको पहले 8 नंबर दिए गए कि आप पहले 8 जाओगे। उसके बाद उन्होंने बोला कि भाई सबसे जूनियर वर्कर कौन है, जूनियर टू सीनियर नंबर्स वर गिवन अप टू 65 एंड उन्होंने उनको बोला कि भाई अब देखो 65 तक तो मैंने तुम्हें नंबर दे दिए, 66 मैं नंबर बना के नहीं लाया हूं क्योंकि 66 मैं हूं। जब तुम 66 के 6 ऊपर 65 के 65 ऊपर चले जाओगे देन आई विल कम आउट। उससे उनको थोड़ा सा हौसला भी हुआ। ये फिर मैनुअल विंचिंग से थोड़ी 4-5 विंचेस जब हो गए तो उनको फिर उसको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक विंच लगा दी उन्होंने। उसके साथ फिर टाइम क्या हुआ, काफी कम हो गया, 5-6 मिनट्स में एक राउंड शुरू हो गया एंड फिर एक एक करके 65 पीपल वर टेकन आउट। नेक्स्ट डे मॉर्निंग 9 o'clock ही वाज द लास्ट पर्सन टू कम आउट एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स दैट इज हिस्ट्री, it made history, it is history, a movie is being made on it, Mr. Akshay Kumar is the hero and he got the world record, he got the president's medal for gallantry, the highest civilian gallantry award of India. He got so many awards and rewards that we actually don't have place to keep them. So भगवान ने बहुत कुछ दिया जी, and now he is no more with us but he's always with us. And just to share with you, today is his 3rd death anniversary and we are celebrating it with you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sapra Singhal ji. Uh, very, very heart touching story of your father, and definitely he is with us.
Yes, he is.
Definitely. Now, I would like to invite my next guest, Dr. Rakesh ji, to give some tips how to handle accident victim. Welcome, Dr. Rakesh ji. Sir, kindly unmute.
Uh, Thank you, Atanti. Uh, it's my pleasure that I'm sharing the platform with you and with Dr. Sarpreet, with whose father I had the honor to share with us. He was an amazing, amazing person, and such an influence on everyone around him. Such a brave person. Uh, no wonder he's called as Capsule Gill. He's made a name for himself and for his city, and I'm sure everyone is proud of him. Dr. Sarpreet, we remember your father. I was with him in Millennium School function, and it was an honor to share the dice with him. Thank you so much, Sarpreet. And yes, Atamjeet, again, it is uh, Mother India Care Commemoration Day, and I must congratulate your group as well that you are celebrating your day. Yeah, and the topic that you have given me is for handling the accident victim. I'll be as brief as I can because this is a subject which is to be handled by the people who are actually apt in providing first aid care. Uh, as far as I can add to that is that for the people who unfortunately land up in these unfortunate situations where they are rendered helpless on the road due to some accident, uh, the responsibility of people around them who are moving in their vehicles and the responsibility of the government, which is required to provide the first aid care within some specified uh, distance. All those have to be kept in mind and informed to the public from time to time. Now we have seen lots of toll plazas coming up on all the highways, and it is mandatory for those plazas to keep those first aid equipment with them, as well as duty of basic life care training. The person who has been trained with these services, and an ambulance, which should reach the site of accident not more than 5 minutes, taking not more than 5 minutes. So the first person that is to be called when somebody meets an accident on the road. I hope I'm audible. Everything is fine, Atanji.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello.
So, so for the first thing, first persons to be called, there are helplines which are provided by the side of the road, and people must remember that these there are various marks, the warning signs, the helplines. They are there on the billboards on the sides of the highways. One must be aware of all that. So the first persons to be called are of course, you'll be surprised that even today people call 100 when they need help on the road. 100, not the right number to call. They won't provide you with the ambulances. They can provide you with the policing services if there is a crime happening. So people need to call that number which is provided by the toll plaza people who have the first aid facility available at the toll plazas. And as I said, it is mandated that they have to take or reach the site of accident within 5 minutes. So as you all know that every passing minute and every passing second is important for the person who is injured, and we don't know how many will actually make it to the hospital. Many die on the road. And keeping in mind that every person who is breathing, moving, and even if he's appearing to be not breathing or not moving, is assumed to be alive and needs the urgent and utmost and earliest help to be taken to the hospital facility or the nearby hospital facility, first aid facility as soon as possible. Time is essence in such cases. As I said, the first people to reach are usually the bypassers or the people who are, and many are afraid that if they, indulge in or participate in they might be, asked or taken to a legal recourse or maybe asked to furnish evidence. So at times, what happens, people shirk away from helping the persons or patients in distress or the injured in distress. So, keeping aside all these, what as a doctor or as a human, I'll now take the things under two subsets. One is if you happen to be around passing by a person who is severely injured on the road, what you all need to do is a first see his pulse. We all know how to see a person's pulse. It's not a big deal. You just have to see whether the person has any element of life, like is he breathing. We can keep simply, you can keep your hands against the nose and you can feel the breath coming in and out. You can see the chest moving in and out. You can see the pulse. Simply you can keep your fingers over the just at the base of the thumb or somewhere in the neck. These are few evident places where the activity of the heart is easily palpable by even a common person. Having said that, if the person is unconscious, that is what is more disturbing. The person is unconscious but alive, and you don't know what kind of injuries he is carrying. So the person, what a layman needs to know at that time is a the person has to be laid down straight at a point in a way that his bony structure which is supporting his body is not disturbed. What if I want to be more clear on that? The spine, the neck spine, the airways through which we breathe, and any place where person is breathing. We call it ABC of the first aid. So A is the airway through which we breathe. We need to know whether the airway sometimes the airway is blocked with mud or blood is pouring out of it. You simply need to clean it up and take the mouth in a position so that the person is able to breathe easily. The second is to take care of breathing. Means if the person is not breathing, he's been stunned, he's gone into sudden arrest. So we all should know or learn the basic life support measures, which is called the resuscitation or the CPR or the cardiopulmonary resuscitation. When you pump in the sternum of the person and give a mouth-to-mouth breathing or breathe with some kind of a barrier between the two people so that the person is able to, or given those moments to revive. And this CPR, one must learn that our heart beats at the rate of about 72 times per minute, and we breathe at around 18 times in a minute, right? So all we need to do is we need to maintain a ratio of 1:4. So you pump the heart once and give 4 beats. That's right. So that will maintain the ratio of 1:4, and the person is able. Sometimes people, recover, and even though not fully though, but if they are stunned, if they are in a cardiogenic shock, or they are in landed into arrest, people sometimes recover. And the small maneuver of a person who's passing by becomes a life-saving event for him. And so the third part is circulation, ABC of ABC, and circulation is that, let's say when a person, somebody might be bleeding very severely. So there are areas of our body where you can simply put a manual pressure or pressure with a bandage or anything which can press over the limbs that can help you arrest the bleeding. Then there are areas over the forehead, face. where manual pressure can arrest the bleeding. If you allow the bleeding to occur, the patient might bleed to death. And again, then there are areas in the neck where pressure may not be finally possible. So at times, what you do is uh, that is a time, actually a tough time, where a person may be severely injured at places where a layman won't know what to do. So at that time, all we need to take care of is call the help as soon as possible, and that in fact we should do right at the beginning before you even go for any resuscitative measure. So we call the help as soon as possible, and moment they arrive, the and we all hope that the people who are to trained to give a first aid should they arrive in time. So even if they are not there, the few things that you again can add to the initial resuscitation is, if there is a medical shop around, many of our chemists in our setup here, in our cities here, they know how to put in a drip or give an injection. So intravenous line should be secured either by any person who can actually give, who is trained into BLS, or if the first aid has arrived, that should be given then and there. The body temperature foils should be applied, because an unconscious patient loses temperature very fast, and hypothermia can kill even faster. And stability of spine, which I said is of utmost importance. What happens at times is, people are injured, they have a fracture in the spine somewhere in the neck, or maybe below in the chest, or in the lumbar region, or at the back. So what we do when we shift the patient, if we lift the patient manually and without taking care of the spine, we might end up injuring more than what the initial injury was. So stabilization of the spine, access to the venous system, airway, wherein small bags of oxygen nowadays we get those small packs of oxygen which are available, and the same can be applied right over the mouth and the nose, and this oxygen can be given right there itself. So securing of the airway हो गया, आपकी intravenous line maintain हो गई, आपकी spine stabilize होगी, आपने temperature maintain कर लिया foil करके, then you need a stretcher over which a person is to be shifted. Remember, don't shift the patient like we see many times in our videos. People lift the person from arms, the two people lifting from the legs, and these guys do more harm to the patient than any could. So it's better to let the patient lay there in silence and in peace, if you don't have the wherewithal of shifting the patient. So many of our first aid people who are supposed to give the first aid may not be aware of these things. We expect them to know all this, but still we get to see those videos and updates where people are lifted and shifted shabbily, and many times the help doesn't arrive, and people are left to die on the roads. This topic is actually endless, but I think these brief things that I just mentioned should go a long way in saving a few lives. And everyone, I expect everyone who's listening to you on your platform must learn those basic uh, maneuvers of basic life sport. People should know how to act and react on such in such situations, and maybe one day you can save one life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Rakeshji, the founder of Voice of Amritsar, and doctor of Guru Nanak Hospital, senior surgeon. Thank you so much for your wonderful tips. Definitely, we will follow all the tips, and definitely will save at least one life in our life. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to invite my next guest, CS Mega Sharma. Welcome, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, hi everyone. Good evening to all present here. Today I am endowed with the responsibility of speaking on 8th Foundation Day of Mother India Care. It has been said and believed since long that for any great work to be done, it is important to have the right foundation. It is actually forms the platform on which the future stands. Before speaking about the thrive, the concept which I have to share with you, the art of fortune making, Thrive 2022, I would like to take a moment and thank the members and esteemed guests to having believe in us and taking vows to uplift the organization's vision to the greatest possible heights and dimensions. So thank you so much for being here with us today and celebrating this our foundation day and making this journey successful. But not only to them, special thanks to a man with an extraordinary vision, a vision to empower people and spreading positive solutions of the power of capacity building, encourages people to take action and to be a real future change makers, to decide what actually has to be done at the time of emergencies and to make them educate not about yourself but the society, and to understand the things which has to be which are needed at the particular timing of your golden hour. Mr. Rajendra Singh is actually a visionary man. So I'm really fortunate to discuss how this Thrive initiative will be a support system to you and your families. For all the viewers and members, please understand that the Thrive, the art of fortune making, is a signature initiative which brings out an entrepreneur in you and acts as an unmatched opportunity in your career span of learnings and earnings. It is designed to make you move from surviving to thriving situation. Now the question arises, I'm talking about this particular, you can go from surviving to thriving situation, but why it is needed? Why this initiative has actually taken place? Why we are talking about it? Firstly, because it is an integral part of our emergency national program to achieve 360-degree reversal in road accident deaths in India by 2030. And secondly, very important for all, for our own betterment. If we talk about our own betterment, now again the question arises, how we can do that? सो क्लियर फंडा, हमारे इतने एस्टीम गेस्ट हैं, इतने उन्होंने हमें सबसे बड़ी चीज जो बोली है यहाँ पर, इट इज यू हैव टू हेल्प योर सेल्फ, in order to help others you have to help yourself. And also हमने बचपन से सुना है, God help those who help themselves. What is it all about? Now how we can do that? For our own betterment process, a commitment and upgradation of our career intelligence is required. Any commitment only comes when we invest in learnings. And our this initiative has a program called a personal development and capacity building, which is PDCB. It is a program which would help aspirants, active and passive income seekers, learners, social cause doers, and any other people who wanted to transform themselves and earn simultaneous. The PDCB program here I'm talking about aims at time management, your selling skills, interpersonal skills, positive psychology, your meditation, your gratitude, and especially very important, your emotional balance and your, working mindfulness when you are in any time in the crisis. And especially it will also help you to be equipped with skills required at the time any sphere of your life. Now, the question again arises, how we can earn with this? Be a future change maker. With a peer group of 10 members, build a conscious connections of 10,000 people individually in your group. This complete process will be provided to you, and it is also there in our website. You can check and explore it, what exactly it is all about. You have to just learn together and earn together. This is the only concept which we are talking about here. So you can even earn up to no limit if consistent and dedicated efforts are being made. And enjoy your wealthy journey. But to make your fortune, only practice after this will be your gratitude prayer. So we have also taken care of that. We have also solved this concern by making an amazing gratitude prayer video for you and your peer and dear group. Lastly, I have already taken care of this Thrive initiative, why it is important and how it is important. Now, let us see what will happen if we enroll ourselves in this particular initiative. So, these are so many things. Like, let me start with the art of connection building, art of intellectual ability, art of dealing with negativity, art of communication, art of team management, art of priority management, art of efforts, bravery, self improvement. So there is a lot of things which will enrich you and make you build a powerful connection, make you learn to build a powerful connection. And you can come directly from your surviving to thriving situation. सबसे ज्यादा important क्या है? Be financially independent. लोगों की मदद करो, उनको सिखाओ, खुद में अपने आप में कुछ डेवलप करो और simultaneously कमाओ. So this is the simple things which we have. एंड अभी हमारे जितने भी स्पीकर्स हैं उन्होंने हमें सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट अच्छी चीज बताई कि आपका माइंड एक इफेक्टिव एंड वे में वर्क करना चाहिए, क्योंकि कोई भी क्राइसिस आएगा उस टाइम पे यू शुड बी वेल अवेयर हाउ टू डू इट. सो हमारे इस प्रोग्राम के अंदर ये सारी चीजें हैं. हमारे इस कंसेप्ट के अंदर हम आपको बताएंगे कि एक इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन के लिए आपको खुद को कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है. अपनी अगर कुछ आप नेगेटिव हैं, अगर आपके अंदर ये लगता है कि मुझे पैसे भी कमाने लेकिन साथ में मुझे दूसरों की मदद भी करनी है, तो हाउ कैन यू डू दैट? दूसरों की मदद करने से पहले ये सबने सुना कि हमें अपनी मदद करनी पड़ेगी, और जब हम अपनी मदद करेंगे तो हमें ऐसे स्किल्स के साथ, अपने ऐसे अंदर फीचर्स के साथ इक्विप होना पड़ेगा ताकि हम लोगों की एक्चुअली में हेल्प कर सकें. और हेल्प के साथ साथ अगर हम अर्न करते हैं और साथ में सीखते भी हैं ये सारी ट्रिक्स एंड ट्रेड्स, तो इसमें बुरा नहीं है. आई थिंक यू शुड एनरोल नाउ विद अस एंड just don't run after money. Instead, work on yourself to enhance your self-worth. And that is it which I wanted to speak about Thrive concept. And lastly, I just wanted to say ki you just check it out, our 5F metric solution, which is actually a helpful tool to end road carnage. And therein we have provided so many things, and very important, which I will share it here, is flipping your current script to actually thrive in your life. So what is this flipping your current script? We are kind of a people, हर चीज में बहुत ज्यादा सोचते हैं. ऐसा होगा तो ऐसे क्यों होगा, और हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा हम नेगेटिव सोचते हैं. तो इस चीज को हमें, हमारा एक जो कॉन्सेप्ट है उसमें है कि फ्लिप करो अपनी खुद की स्क्रिप्ट को, एक नई स्क्रिप्ट अपने लिए तैयार करो, अपनी बेहतरीन के लिए बेहतर के लिए तैयार करो. और अपने साथ साथ क्यों ना हम अपने पूरे पीयर ग्रुप को भी बेहतर बनाएं, हम अपनी सोसाइटी को भी बेहतर बनाएं. तो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई रियली 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 आस्क यू एवरीबडी एंड रिक्वेस्ट यू टू please subscribe to our 5F metric solution and be a part of this beautiful journey which our whole MIC has seen. And we really request कि आप इसी तरीके से हमारे साथ रहें. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you everybody.
Thank you so much, Megha, for your wonderful tips about definitely road safety and 5F program. Definitely,
Thank you.
who are listening, definitely they will follow us and adopt this method, 5F metrics. Now it's time to read our comments. So we have some comments from Surendraji Singh Virdi ji, and he said, Engineer Jaswant Singh Gill, life totally served for humanity. So we proud salute Dr. S.S. Khalsa, motivational speaker, renowned author. Yes, definitely. We are also feeling proud to announce the biggest award from our organization, Mother India Care, to the named of Dr. Jaswant Singh Gill. And also salute to Dr. Anupama Gupta. She is also a brave woman. She also deserves society recognition. Proud. Definitely, we are saluting also Dr. Anupama Gupta and proud of Dr. Sarpreet Singh Gill, Medical and Social Services blessings. Definitely, we also need of blessings. Please give some blessings to us also. So, at the last, I would like to request Mr. Imran to kindly play a video message of our little master, the key message. Kindly unmute yourself first. Mr. Imran, kindly unmute yourself. No, I can't hear you.
Namaste India. My name is Kamal Said from Bengaluru and I'm studying in St. Joseph's Boys High School. Today I'm going to talk about road safety. You patiently wait until 9 months to be born into this world. You wait until 2 years to start walking. You wait until 3 years to attend school. You wait until 16 years to attend college. You wait until 21 years to start working. You wait until 25 years to get married. But during a daily commute, don't you want to wait for just 10 seconds? This 10 seconds rush can change your destination to the hospital or to another world. And if your destination is changed to the hospital, do you know what happens to your family members? Your family members borrow money from relatives or friends or seek donations for your medical treatment. And finally, the doctor says, "Sorry, we are unable to save the patient during the course of the medical treatment." As you rush for 10 seconds, your world is being changed from this world to another, and you're changing the world of your family too. And pushing them under poverty and under a heavy loan burden. Couldn't you wait for just 10 seconds for the safety of your family and 10 seconds so that you don't have to push them into poverty? So I request all the road users out there to start early, drive slowly and reach safely. Thank you. Jai Hind!
Thank you so much, our little master. Very wonderful message by our little master, Kamal Sayed.
Thank
Okay,
you,
now,
ma'am.
welcome. Now I'm going to call again Megha. Please give the vote of thanks so that we can end this program.
I'm really honored and I'm really grateful that you all are here with us. And on behalf of Mother India Care, just a simple request. Likewise, Kamal said such a beautiful word. Let us, why not, Atamjit, we can have oath and let all the mics are open and we can probably, you say the words of the oath and we will repeat after you. Can we do that?
Uh,
Did
Most
you do
probably
something?
we have less guests now. So definitely we will choose another day for this special purpose.
All right. Because we have our World Road Safety Oath Day today as well. So see if we are allowed from higher authorities to do that. It will be grateful and really, this moment is actually for us, and let's make a moment best, right, Kamil and everybody? So thank you so much for for being here, and really grateful, really grateful. Atamji, to you.
Thank you,
Thank,
ma'am.
thank you so much, Megha. We thank you, all of you, for joining us and all road users. must take actions as per their capacity. For this 2 years long national campaign, Emergency on Road Safety to End Road Carnage by 2030 in India. Together, we can end this human induced disaster. Employment aspirants can join Thrive, upgrade career intelligence, rising heads by raising connections, a personal development and capacity building national program for learning and earning, and also for the passive income as a bonus for lifetime integrated to achieve 360-degree reversal to road accident deaths in India by 2030. Together, let us make road journeys safer for everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. Namaskar, Adab, good evening, Sat Shri Akal.